Hi, greetings, fellow Slayers. Well, our look at Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 6 now continues on with Flooded. Buffy attempts to repair a leaky pipe in her basement only to have it burst and flood the basement. At breakfast, the gang discuss the damage while Xander and a plumber examine the damage caused by the pipes. The plumber advises Buffy that a full repiping is necessary and hands her a very large invoice. The size of the cost leads to Buffy finding out that, with the hospital bills and the cost of the funeral for their mother, along with the cost of living at home, the summer girls are pretty much broke. The Summers girls are pretty much broke. Anya is just charging for a sling when she gets an argument with Xander about telling the others that they are engaged, but Buffy manages to keep her cool and is determined to find a way around the problem. Buffy goes to Sunnydale Securities Bank to consult with the loan director, which is a hardly positive experience as Buffy finds out that without a job and no real collateral, she can't get a loan. A demon breaks through the office. A demon breaks through the office window, interrupting the meeting, and Buffy fights it, despite her conservative clothing. While money is stolen from the bank, a security guard tries to intervene in the fight, but is unable to help the situation. The demon escapes, and Buffy returns to the loan officer to discuss the possibility of getting paid for saving his life. Later that night, Willow tries to upset Buffy purposely in order to get her to express some real anger, but Buffy doesn't fall for it. Anya to enforce Xander to announce her engagement, and he's ready to, but not everyone. But not till everyone has arrived. Dawn was helped with research, but Tara thinks she's too young, and the fact is proven when Dawn looks at a picture in one of the books. Buffy is pleased with that Dawn is researching with the gang, but Dawn is able to identify the bank robbing demon Buffy encountered earlier. Joss returns to have a happy reunion and intends to schedule with Buffy before meeting up with the rest of the gang. The bank robbing demon, A.M. Fashnik, throws a fit in front of his controllers, Jonathan, Warren, and Andrew, brother of Tucker, complaining that Slayer still lives even though they got the money from the bank. The three guys argue both with the demon and each other. Then Jonathan, Warren, and Andrew think up a way to accommodate the demon without killing Buffy. Joss takes the couch to the Summers home and talks with Buffy, telling her he'll help take care of the financial problems in the morning. The three nerds discuss their mission, taking over Sunnydale, and someone agree unanimously that none of them want to kill Buffy, but Warren secretly provides Buffy's address to the Fashnik demon and sends him after her anyway. Later that night, Joss asks Willow for specifics regarding the spell she cast to bring Buffy back to life. Willow about how scary the spell was, but Joss reminds her why such spells are in practice, including the possible consequences, knowing that he left her in charge of the group because he thought she was the most responsible, which she now sees as clearly not the case. Willow expects praise for her performance. Joss thunders that she is lucky to be alive after casting such a spell, calling her a rank, arrogant amateur. Willow's tone of voice to her is dangerous, and she warns Joss that she's powerful and pissing her off might not be such a good idea, but regaining her composure and telling him to just focus on the fact that Buffy is back. Joss, however, reminds her that the gang still have no idea where Buffy has been, or what she has been through. Spike finds Buffy on the back porch, and the two exchange small talk about life and money. Joss and Dawn both have trouble sleeping and go for a snack. The unfortunate crashes their late-night cereal party, but Buffy catches him. A fight ensues, with Buffy and Spike working together against the Fashnik. The fight ends up at the basement where the demon launches onto one of the pipes, and Buffy immediately attacks as the expensive pipes are threatened. The nurse consider their future plans and agree that hypnotizing and making Buffy their willing love slave is a priority. Ugh. The scuba gang regroups after the demon is taken care of and hopelessly attempts to save the furniture that was destroyed in the battle. As Buffy and Giles prepare to start working through the bills, Buffy soon receives a phone call from Angel, who knows she's alive and wants to meet with her. Buffy heads out immediately to meet Angel at a point between Sunnydale and Los Angeles, to bring all the financial issues on Giles to sort out. So anyway, let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. Warren offers the Fashnik demon to build him a sex bot, as he did in I Was Made to Love You, an intervention. Jonathan offers the Fashnik demon to cast a spell. Jonathan offers the Fashnik demon to cast a spell to make the demon seem cool like he did for himself in Superstar. Warren tells Andrew about the hellhounds that attacked Sunnydale High, that attacked the Sunnydale High prom in the prom. Andrew brings out his older brother Tucker was actually responsible for that. John is killing Buffy because she has saved his life a bunch of times. She saved Jonathan personally in Earshot and Superstar. Will also save the whole school in episodes such as Bad Eggs, Dynamite's Party, and Graduation Day Part 2, etc. Graduation Day Part 2, etc. While arguing with Willow, Giles says the possible consequence to bringing Buffy back could have been unleashing hell on Earth. At Showtime, it will be revealed that Buffy's resurrection violated the balance between good and evil and allowed the first evil to take action against humanity. Giles calls Willow a rank, arrogant amateur during their argument in this episode, something Dark Willow will reference when they fight in Grave. Anya suggested for Buffy to cash in on slaying vampires, as if the Angel does with his business Angel Investigations in LA since its foundation in City of. Buffy receives a phone call from Angel. Having learned about her resurrection, he wished to speak with her, so Buffy left to meet up with him. This meeting was the subject of the dubious canon comic reunion. Buffy turns on Giles' request that they look over the bills before she goes, beginning the process of Buffy continually pushing more of her adult responsibility onto Giles. Ultimately, this leads to Giles' departure in Tabula Rasa. In reference to a gun, Buffy declares, "These things, never useful." And as you were, she will say about a machine gun, these things, never useful. Buffy reinforces her to state as well when she says, "I'm not really a fan of guns. The Slayers don't use guns, and I don't like guns. They keep killing my friends." Buffy cuts her skirt to kick the demon, a maneuver she'll use in Hell Spells when she's in a bridesmaid's dress and has to rip it open to fight. Warren suggests killing Buffy to solve their problem, but Jonathan and Andrew are hesitant, so Warren goes behind their back and gives them Fashioning her address. This concept will continue throughout the season, including when Warren tries to kill Buffy in Gaunt and Seeing Red without the approval of the other two trio members. Jonathan writes down hypnotized Buffy on the trio's to-do list. At Death Things, they acquire a cerebral dampener, which used to hypnotize Katrina Silber. There's also a drawing of a jetpack on the board, which Warren and Andrew will use in Seeing Red. Interesting. So let's take a look at some production notes from this episode. It had a production order of 6ABB04. The periscope in Warren's basement has Russian lettering on it, which, when phonetically, sounds close to geek, albeit with a slightly different vowel sound. Coincidentally, geek is what also comes up if one of the switches comes up in switch on the keyboard layout. It's also what comes up if one switches their keyboard layout from American QWERTY to Russian type's USSR. This is not Tom Lank's first appearance. He also played the vampire Cyrus in the episode Real Me. Todd Stashwick, who produced the Fashion Against episode, also played Voka in To Sancho in LA. And now finally, let's take a look at some pop culture references. When Willow's teaching Giles about the spells she performed, she says even the Blair Witch would be scared. Yeah. Sorry. Xander quotes action as his reward for the 1967 Spider-Man TV series theme song. Someone's a quote from Star Wars Episode 4 New Hope. "Are you like a Jedi or something?" At the trio's lair, the video game The Operative No One Lives Forever is being played on television in the background. Warren says he refused to build an Andrew robot of the actress Christina Ricci. So I think this episode is pretty interesting, and hey, at least Giles is back for a few episodes, so yeah, that's good, I guess. So overall, I give Flooded 4 vampire steaks out of 5. When you tune in to the next episode, Life Cereal. So, until then, here endeth the lesson.